Hello everyone, and welcome to the first challenge video that we have for the Another Life mission in Whittleton Creek. Today we will cover Public Enemy, Unreasonable Scope, Doable Scope, Reasonable Scope, Straight Shot, Providence, They See Me Paddlin, Wear the Robe, Master Detective, Pickpocket, Mission Story Breadcrumb Trail, and You Had Me at Bodyguard. We'll start off in the only spot that we have open so far, bring our silenced pistol, lockpick, and a briefcase with a piercing sniper rifle. I'm going to use the loud one. If you've been following my videos up until this point and got the Sniper Assassin times 17, you should have a piercing sniper rifle that's also silenced. But we'll use the loud version just for the people that don't have that unlocked yet. So let's get started, and first we're going to go to the Cassidy residence. We're going to grab the letter off of Spencer. I like to get that one early, otherwise he'll set it on the counter, and if we grab it off the counter it will still count as grabbing the clue, but it won't count as pickpocketing him. So let's cruise into the garage. We'll go up and shut off this generator real quick. We'll turn it back on just so we don't have to wait any longer for him to turn it on. Shut the garage door just in case. Once he's out here, let's go ahead and knock him out. Grab that letter that he dropped. That's our first clue.
A letter from Janus.
We'll drag his body over to this freezer over here. It's because Cassidy and his bodyguard that follows him around like to loop around back through here when they come back from outside.
Of the Arc Society.
Now let's grab our briefcase, open up the garage.
This is a good find, 47.
Now we're going to head over towards Helen West's house. I know there's a videotape inside Cassidy's house for another clue, but I like to do that last because it used to not count towards the challenge if you did it before the microfilm.
Hey, you! Where do you think you're going?
Definitely not true.
I have to tell you.
Get out of my face.
These are the best muffins I ever had.
So once we're over here past that van, we can just go ahead and hop over the fence and we'll hop in this window that's open on Helen's house. Don't worry about them, they're in the kitchen. We can just go ahead and run upstairs. We'll make a right, door on the left. It's the only locked room upstairs. So you know which room the robe is in. Let's go ahead and put that on.
Robe for Janus. What could he need that for?
That will get us the Wear the Robe challenge and our second clue.
The note from Janus attached.
Whoops, and of course go to open the door and hop into a closet on accident like usual.
Do a few repairs on the robe before he leaves for his annual trip. He even
Let's run out the front door and we'll hang a left.
valuable information, 47.
I have a license for it. I just don't bring it.
We're going to drop our briefcase in the bushes right here in front of Janus' house. You can climb up here on the roof without it being an illegal action. Hop into the bathroom. We'll kind of keep an eye on these guys, see where they're going.
We're gonna keep them safe in our truck until you produce that license, okay? Come on. Standard procedure. Just a hold.
Once that other guard turns around, they're both facing away. Let's go ahead and cross the hall. Right on this bookshelf is the microfilm. There is a second step that we have to do to uncover the clue for the microfilm, but we'll get to that in just a little bit. Once that other guard faces away, let's go ahead and run out of the bathroom into the room to the right. We'll turn on the gramophone that's in here. And that will be another clue that we have to uncover once Janus goes and listens to that and it triggers his memory. But while we're waiting for him to come upstairs from outside, one of the guards is in the little study room right now, so we'll wait for the enforcer guard out in the hallway to turn back around. We'll run across the hall and should catch this guy at the perfect time. We'll knock him out and take his disguise, just so we can get around a little bit easier. Now we'll go back into the room where the gramophone is and we'll listen to Janus talk.
Wonderful.
And as you see, the gramophone is also one of the parts of elderly assistance. Don't worry, we'll cover that in the next video.
I passed the torch. End of an era as constant. We had the Vienna Philharmonic play it that night. Empty concert hall except for the two of us. A rare moment indeed. A good talk, hands shaken, honor among men. As it should be. I wonder if he remembers it as vividly as I do. I should ask him when we meet again soon.
So that
And you know he's done and his memory is triggered once that view intel prompt pops up on the left side of the screen. Now we're just going to follow him downstairs. There's another clue down there that we need.
Gathering.
No.
Janus is looking for an old group photo.
Well, it must be
It might be
somewhere
interesting
on-
to see who's on it.
I wish you people would clean up after yourselves. I can't find anything in this house.
Right. Sorry, Mr. Janus. I'll tell the men.
Oh, and of course that guard turned around right when the camera turned away. Not really sure why I'm trying to avoid them anyways. We can just shoot the camera box downstairs if we want. Old habits die hard. And be careful of his little bodyguard that follows him around. Sometimes he has some really janky movements and he'll just turn around in a circle out of nowhere for no reason at all. But also watch out for the other guard enforcer that's down here. We'll just kind of hang out around the corner until he walks away, and then we'll run around the corner to the right on the other side. There's an old picture. The old picture that Janus is looking for. That's another clue for Master Detective. Once we have that, though, let's go run out the front door of Janus' house and head all the way to the end of the street by the garbage truck. There's a guard sitting on the bench reading Janus' diary. We actually need that diary for our next clue.
He's been sitting there most of the day. I don't know what he's reading.
So once we're up here, let's just go ahead and lay a bullet right on the other side of the bushes here.
We might have a possible disturbance. I'm moving to investigate. We'll keep you posted.
No, it's not a novel. I think it's a journal.
Once he walks into the bush, we can go ahead and subdue him right into the bush so nobody finds his body. Pick up that diary that he dropped.
Well, just tosses it out after reading. You can have a look.
One of Janus's many diaries. He's apparently been the chairman of the Ark Society for years.
And now from here, we're going to head to the Wilson's house, the ones that are throwing the little barbecue party in their backyard. We're going to go up into their attic. They have a microfilm reader up there.
Spend more time with them if he doesn't. Hey, you grab the pack of smoke that was thrown over the bed.
You can go inside and run up the stairs if you want. It's a little bit quicker to just climb up the gutter right here.
I wish my husband would let me have that much art
Hey,
inside the house.
you gotta stop.
Hop in the window where a little server's in here talking to himself.
The same way I do.
Let's go down to the end of the hall, take a left into this door. Around the corner, there's a little string hanging from the ceiling. We can pull that down to drop the ladder into the attic. We'll put the microfilm into the microfilm reader, interact with that once more, and scroll up. That will trigger the second part of the clue reveal.
This microfilm contains a lot of
Once we have the 3 clues that we actually need to finish the mission, that will finish off the Providence challenge. But now from here, let's go run out the front door of the Wilson's house. We'll run across the street to Batty's house.
However, this is a very important find, 47. Good work, 47. We now know Janus is meeting with the Constant at an
Pay
event
attention to
related
where
the
he might be
Arkside.
right now.
And we have an approximate date as well.
If he's inside the shed that we need to get into, we can go ahead and just
We're
knock
close to
him
the
out.
finish line. It's time to end this.
Let's hop in here, and there's lawsuit documents right on his little table here. Otherwise, when you knock him out, there's another set that he drops. So we'll grab
Janus
those.
is apparently engaged
And while
in
we're in here, let's grab
another
this shovel.
resident of Whittleton Creek.
Then we can go out
James
back of
Bass,
Cassidy's house and
plaintiff,
use the shovel to
wants
dig up
Janus
our
to
next
stop his
clue,
annual landing of a helicopter near the local creek. Batty claims
which is
it
right
interrupts
here,
the
right at the
native
tip of
birds,
this
and
little
his
open
species
area in the
is
bushes, right
very
past that
endangered.
first birdhouse post.
Very important trip, given his poor health.
Dig that up, pick that up. Another clue
A
down.
cigar box with a few cigars and a note.
And now we just need the last clue, the surveillance tape that they have on the table inside Cassidy's house. So let's go ahead and distract this guard so we can grab a disguise to blend in a little bit better once we're in there.
47. This could mean the Constant and Janus meet up on a regular basis. Excellent find.
I wonder what that could be.
As long as you're in the bush, you can just toss whatever at his head to knock him out. Well, we'll drag him into the bush and take his disguise. Now let's run inside. And right on the right side of the main table right there is the videotape. Looks like Cassidy and his bodyguard are walking through, so we'll just hang out until they're gone. Alright, now we can go grab the tape off the table. And there is also a second revealing part that we have to do for that. So we're going to go across the street to the house that's under construction. Instead of slowly waiting for them to walk out the front door, we can just hop out the window here and get to it.
Station 3, everything looks good.
But from here, let's go ahead and go to the backyard. We'll climb up the big bright red ladder that's over here. Hop in the window, run forward, and right around the corner there's another string hanging down to pull the ladder down to the attic. We'll climb up here and put the videotape into the super old VCR they have up here. You can sit and listen to this if you want to. You don't have to. Once all the dialogue from the videotape is done, it will still trigger that you got the clue. But that will be the last clue that will finish off Master Detective.
I understand Frederick was overlooked despite my recommendations. I would appreciate an explanation of the reasoning behind the decision. Well, it's a long and rather complicated discussion to undertake.
Now that we're done with all of that and we've collected all the clues, let's go ahead and move on to our next challenge, which is You Had Me at Bodyguard. Take out all the cameras at Cassidy's house and Janus' house. That's what actually triggers them to meet up in Janus' backyard, which is where you can shoot both of them at one time with a sniper rifle. So once we're out front of his house, make sure the guard that's inside the living room isn't looking out the window at the time. We'll crouch down and shoot the one camera that's on the front of the house.
Got some strange noises.
Excellent, 47. This recording confirms that Janus is
Now we'll
planning
go to the
meet
backyard
with the
once
Constant.
again, hop the fence,
Just the sort of thing we're looking for.
shoot the camera on the side of the house, and shoot the camera on the back of the house. There's 3 outside and 4 inside. The 4 that are inside, there's 3 upstairs and 1 downstairs overlooking the living room.
Central. Nothing. Just a damn.
Go through the bathroom to head into this room here. There's a camera right over the door. Go across the hallway into his little armory room. There's another camera overlooking that room.
Cassidy looks to be a
And then right out in the hallway here, there's another camera overlooking the hallway.
Security and alarms.
Wait for these guards to be in a better position so they don't flip out when you shoot it.
What?
And now last but not least, we'll get the one that's down in the living room.
Command, I just heard a weird noise. I'm moving in to investigate.
That will be 7 out of 12. Now we can head over to Janus' house. Let's go back to the backyard and grab our Janus bodyguard disguise. Take a little shortcut through the Wilson's property. The first camera here will be way up in the gable on the backside of the house. There's another camera right here on the side of the house. Now let's run out front. We'll shoot the one that's right next to the front door. To shoot this one, I like to hide behind this car that's parked on the street, just because there's a guard right on the front step and there's another guard that patrols in between the house next door and the front of Janus' house. We'll wait for that garbage man to walk away. Kind of use that car as cover to shoot the camera on the front. We'll shoot the camera that's on the other side of the house at the same time. Now we can go ahead and go inside. I like climbing up the front gutter. It's a nice quick way to get upstairs. And we have this camera that's overlooking the hallway just like it was at Cassidy's house. Once we shoot that one, that will be the last one. That will get us the You Had Me at Bodyguard challenge.
Now.
I just heard something. I don't know. I'm gonna go check it out.
But now that will trigger Cassidy to notice that the security system is down at both places. That will trigger him to come over here and talk to Janus in his backyard.
It's worth wasting our time on. It's all good.
Helen, how are you today?
Oh, just fine, Janus, darling. It's Saturday, so I've been making a lot of money.
Turn around and run out the front door to grab our sniper rifle out of the bush out front.
Good Soviet citizen, Helen. The West could use more people.
Once we grab that, let's head towards the backyard of the house that's for sale. I'm just going to toss the briefcase at the bottom of the ladder that goes to the treehouse. And since we have a little while to wait until Cassidy gets over to Janus' backyard, we're going to run around and do a little more prep. If you've been to the armory room in Cassidy's house, you'll know that there's a silenced SMG up there. We're going to go grab that for our public enemy challenge. But do note that I wait until he's off of his property to grab that, because if anybody notices that that gun is gone, they'll let him know and he'll go into a target lockdown. So that's why we wait until after we've triggered him to go to Janus' house. But we'll grab our disguise that we have sitting in this bush. We'll go upstairs. Get to the armory room, we'll grab the silenced SMG. Now we don't have to change disguises because we're not going back to Janus' house anymore. But let's run over to the house that's for sale. We're going to unlock the garage with the little panel that's on the side of the house. There is a boat paddle hanging on the wall in here that we'll need for our exit. I'm just going to toss that in the back corner of the fenced-in backyard back here, so that's waiting for us when we're ready. Now let's get our sniper rifle out of our briefcase before we head up into the treehouse. Looks like Cassidy is over there already. Once he's over there in that spot that he's walking away from, he'll make a phone call to let Janus know that he's there. Once he starts moving down that path to where he's going now, that's how you know Janus is actually coming outside at that point. I'm going to throw a big disclaimer out there and say that right when Janus is almost to where Cassidy is right now, I would make a save before he gets there. Because a lot of times he will stand way to the left or way to the right so the targets don't line up in order for you to shoot them with one bullet with the sniper rifle. So that way you can reload your game and hopefully they'll line up one of those times. But this time it looks like they lined up perfect on the first try, so let's go ahead and zoom in. We'll aim at Cassidy's head, make sure they're overlapping, and shoot a bullet through both of them at the same time. That will get us straight shot, doable scope, reasonable scope, and unreasonable scope challenges all at once.
What's that command? Okay, continuing search.
And of course, every guard in the whole entire neighborhood knows exactly where the shot came from, so we're trapped. That's why I did this one first, and we'll do Public Enemy second. But we can go ahead and load up that save that we made. We'll get out our silenced SMG. And I've noticed if you shoot Cassidy in the head, it'll almost kill Janus in the same burst of shots. Just like that. That will get us the Public Enemy challenge. Now we can get out of here. We'll run to the corner of the fence and grab our paddle. We'll hop over the fence right here, and the exit is right there across the road. And once we exit here, that will get us the They See Me Paddlin challenge. Thanks everybody for watching. If you have any questions, requests, or comments, feel free to leave them down below. If you liked this video and found this video helpful, feel free to hit that thumbs up button. If you enjoy the content that I produce and want to keep up with any future videos or projects that I'm working on, go ahead and hit that subscribe button.